Good evening, guys. It is Straw Hat Brian here. I know this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm trying to broaden, my horizon, and I figured why not? Been wanting to do this for a long time, so I am going to cover Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 150. This is going to be my review. Just came out today, and if you haven't watched it, watch it. I suggest you, if you haven't read it, I suggest you read it now, because spoilers will be lurking in this video. So let's get into it. Just want to get my my shirt real fast so that y'all can see I got my Pip-Boy shirt, because Lemillion looks just like Pip-Boy, man. But Lemillion is one of my favorite characters. Start off, we have Lemillion. He's chasing after Eddie, and basically you have Lemillion he gets tipsy from the new 8 Precepts member, well, not new, but newly introduced character, was Deidara Sakaki. And he has an interesting quirk. He's known as Dead Drunk, and basically he's basically able to make your body intoxicated in like a shorter sense. Like, he knocks off your equilibrium. Like, basically, like, I don't know if it's more of like a sound, but he obviously was drinking heavily, so I don't know if it's more of like I don't know, man. I don't really care for the explanation of how. I'm guessing, like, as long as you're in a radius, like, I guess he gives off like an aura, maybe. So that's probably, like, I guess maybe, like, as long as he's close enough to you. I think they explained it too. Like, as long as it's kind of close, it'll like work when you're in a certain radius. So makes you feel a little woozy, kind of like lightheaded business. So I thought that was really interesting. I really don't know the author of Boku no Hero Academia. I'm sorry about that, but the author, I'm very glad that, because like Boku no, anybody who watches My Hero Academia or Boku no Hero Academia, for the hardcore fans, anybody would know, like, this manga is hot. Like, it is next generation. Like, this is ushering the next generation, and it proves time and time again. The anime proves time and time again. So onward. Also, another 8 Precepts member got introduced, and his name, or these guys were a tag team. So his name was Shin Nemuto, and he was the Spinning Truth. So he was more of like I guess you would say, like, they're both like kind of like support characters. I guess, like, if there was more like a muscle character with them, they probably obviously would have been a very more formidable team. But since it's just 2 of them, and they kind of both have like supporting abilities, with his being the Spinning Truth, with basically he's just able to make you spit the truth, because dude, like, he has to ask you questions, and then you will, like, subconsciously you will respond, as long as, like, he's talking to you or at you, I assume. And I thought that was really cool, because through that we got to see more character development from Mirio, or I don't really know how his Japanese name is pronounced. Well, when the dub comes out, or when the anime comes out and he finally gets introduced, hopefully we'll get a better pronunciation of his name. But Lemillion, that's why I'm just gonna stick upon him. Just to see his resolve, man, and then his move, Phantom Menace, killing move, Phantom Menace. That sounded cool. I mean, I don't know if that was just translation, but that sounded cool. And just because his quirk is he's able to basically, like, he's like Shadow Cat. If I can make a closer analogy to his abilities, but Shadow Cat's abilities, I guess, on steroids, you would want to say. But he has a lot of drawbacks, and they showcase it in the manga. Like, it shows that because how his ability works is basically, like, once he starts to, it's called permeation. Once he starts to permeate, he can't see, he can't feel, he can't breathe. Like, and it's like, once he, like, phases through something, it's like, once he activates it and shuts it off, it's like physics takes place, and he's able to do, like, amazing things. So, obviously through repetition and training, he has proven time and time, well, we haven't really seen it, but through his backstory, it seems he's proven time and time again, like, you can turn your weaknesses into strengths. And that is, like, as a message to, like, your fans, and the way that is written, is good story writing. Very good story writing. Next, I wanted to go on to Overhaul. Like, after Meteor takes out, Lemillion takes out, Gatorade Sakaki and Shin Nemito, I wish they had better names, man. Like, the Dead Drunk and Spitting Truth, I'm gonna call them that. I kind of wish that I guess like I just saw like, I mean, obviously there were two supporting characters. I kind of wish they would have did like a little bit more, because obviously they knocked Lemillion off. You know, they didn't do any damage to him, but obviously, like, cause he's too good. Like, he's like, bro, like, I've mastered my quirk. Like, I've spent years honing my quirk. Like, this is what I do day in and day out. So, after he takes out the fodder, he goes on to, you know, he's got his resolve, he's got his blood pumping. He's like, yo, I'm ready, dog. I'm ready to throw hands, and he's ready to throw hands. So he permeates through the, you know, got his two goons, like, you know what I mean. I don't think he has two goons, but he permeates through the, you know, through the surface, through the walls and the surfaces, and then he just like comes at Overhaul with his elbow, dog, and he tries to kick his other henchman, and luckily he grabs the girl. He does like all that, like just the way that, you know, because the anime is like done really well. So just to see that being animated is probably going to be extremely awesome, just like seeing this, like I really hope like Lemillion is like that next rival, or not even rival, but is or would be the pillar, the next pillar that Midoriya has to reach. Because I feel like what the author is going to do, he's trying to showcase, or trying to tell us that you know, as Midoriya supposedly being the next #1 hero, even though he's only a high school kid about to graduate high school, it just really just goes to showcases what could happen, you know, the what ifs. And obviously the author is not like, you know, big on like, you know, foreshadowing, so, you know, I try to like, you know, like to make my own little speculations of what can happen next. But man, like just seeing like the character depth, honestly, that's one thing I like more about, I would say I like a lot about the author's story writing compared to like Ichiro Oda. And then obviously they have two different storylines, but I feel like as Ichiro Oda delves into characters, he waits for, I feel like their timing, I guess I would say. The way that they time it, it's a little bit different. Because I feel like as a new character to be shown, and as to be placed in such a like a high rank, is like, hey, like this guy is next to be the next All Might. You know what I mean? They're comparing this guy to All Might. He's a high school kid. And to showcase that, like, you know, Midoriya is to you know, the next to inherit One for All. Well, it was the next to inherit One for All. So it's like to showcase the difference between the two. Because Midoriya, even though his quirk is great, he is not reckless, but he has no honing skills. He's yet to hone it. He has no experience. Where Miroi or Lemillion very much has honed his quirk, has, you know, through, you know, whether, I mean, obviously they're vastly different quirks, but it's just the fact that he was able to hone his skills. It just really showcases like why he is like, you know, looked at. And I just love that the author has like, he gives you a lot of juicy stuff early on. Not to say that One Piece doesn't. I'm not saying that One Piece doesn't, because One Piece is just it's a grand story. So it has to be like little details here and there. That's how Oda likes to do it. And then he'll give you a big reveal. That's how he likes to do it. This you know, this author, I gotta fact check, man. I need like an editor to fact check. Anyway, the author for Boku no Hero Academy, I definitely feel like he's got a lot of plans in store. And, you know, I can definitely see why the series is so popular, so successful. I've been watching it, you know, for a long time, and been reading it for a long time, and I can't wait. You know what I mean? To see something that was you know, when it first came out, it wasn't so popular. Like, I remember I wasn't even too familiar with it. I only, like, before I used to read a chapter here and there, I used to be like, wow, this is really good. But, you know, it didn't really catch on to me. But then eventually, when it started to like boom, yeah, I was hooked. I was hooked. So this is my review of Boku no Hero Academy, a 150 review. Let me know if you want me to keep doing more videos like this. Let me know if you want me to cover more mangas, more animes. I'm definitely more down for that. Again, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, you have a good night. Straw Hat Brian signing out. Peace.